Good Friday. Welcome to Livonia. It's our last stop of the week, and we are ending it on ice, so to speak. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Local 4 News at 5:30. We are live in your neighborhood. I'm Karen Drew.
And I'm Damon Fernandez. We are live tonight from the Eddie Edgar Ice Arena. There's an open skate happening right now. It's family fun night. And, you know, we're not alone here. Rhonda Walker is also joining us live. She's on the other side of the ice rink.
And she's been talking to people in this community on what makes this place so very special. And you found some great people and some great places, Rhonda.
And some real hidden gems. Let me tell you something. You said family fun. That is what Livonia is all about. The people. I met so many amazing people, and all of them shared with me the reasons they love this community. And it came down to 6 main reasons. The people, the parks, the schools, great neighborhoods, a great place to raise a family, and some really amazing small businesses, local family-owned businesses and restaurants. And of course, I had to give those a try. My first Bates burger. Delicious.
Well, Franco says that the best thing to try here are the cannolis, and I have to be honest, I've actually never had a cannoli before. This is delicious.
From eating to feeding.
Are you hungry? Woo! It doesn't smell like your Thanksgiving turkey.
Ooh, more on the turkey farm in a moment.
So I wanted to check out a city I've been to many times, Livonia. Many of you probably have been here to the movies or perhaps up and down Haggerty Road to check out some of the great chain restaurants. But what I learned is that there's a lot more to Livonia than you ever knew.
Like, once you live here in Livonia, you stay for generations.
Great neighborhoods, right?
Get a lot of younger kids again, so it's nice.
How long have you lived here?
About 50 years.
It's a great place to raise kids. We have a good school system. It's a sense of community. People are friendly.
Pat and Michelle meet up and walk together at Rotary Park, one of the many beautiful parks in Livonia.
It's convenient and it's pretty with all the trees.
The kids just love walking the trails, exploring, and discovering nature together.
Off to Livonia Italian Bakery on 7 Mile.
We started out 33 years ago. Even though the sign says bakery and we have cookies and pastries, we're all about the food.
I mean, they have everything you need for a holiday party or, say, Lions Super Bowl party.
Guys, here's your food.
Bates Burgers, founded in 1959 by Tara Smith's great-grandfather.
So what makes these burgers so good?
You know, we haven't really changed much.
Burgers are the best.
Did you know they had a turkey farm? It's right here off 5 Mile. Right now I'm surrounded by over 2,000 turkeys, selling them during the month of November, but then the rest of the year, what happens here?
Well, they're closed down. We plant sunflowers along the 5 Mile Road because we live in Livonia. We want everything to look nice.
They want it to look nice. There's so much pride in this community for their city. And there are a lot of other spots that I got to go to that I didn't even have a chance to show you now, but I'm going to post them all on clickondetroit.com, an extended version of this story. They have Greenmead Historic Park, these homes from the 1800s that are on one plot of land that's huge that you can go and visit and host events in. I had an opportunity to visit Kirksey Recreational Park. I mean, this is great, but they have a huge recreation center. They have a mall. There's just so many things about this community that you may have never realized that makes it special. And the generation part, Damon and Karen, is what really got me. I met people that said, you know, I've lived around in different communities within Livonia. I know families where their kids, you know, they raised their kids went on to start their own families, bought their parents' homes, and they live here. Christine Raperti with the farm. They've had that farm for 75 years. Bates Burger, 55 years. Franco over at the Italian Bakery, 33 years, and they're all born and raised right here, and they have no intention on leaving. It's a pretty special place.
It definitely is, Rhonda. Lots of families doing that. I know one particular two doing the same thing, raising their kids, and the kids raise the kids, etc. Rhonda, thanks so much for giving us the tour. We appreciate it. As we've said, we are in a hot spot. This is a popular place on a Friday night. Behind us, we said it's a free skate. We got the Livonia Figure Skating Club. Many of them are skating right now, and lots of families.
Yeah, you know, they say that Livonia is home to the largest amateur hockey association in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, definitely have some skilled athletes for sure. And that's all that's going on in Livonia.
Yeah. Let's get to some more community news. There's a grassroots effort in Livonia right now to save a branch of the library, which has been closed since 2019.
This has been all over social media. If you're on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen some of the postings. Residents are trying to save the Alfred Noble Library. It's over on Plymouth Road. That's near Farmington. It closed back in 2019 because of mold and water damage, but the group is really worried that it will be demolished, so they're trying to save it.
Hopefully we have strength in the community and strength in our council people that we can get this up and running and change this into something worthwhile for the community.
We started reaching out to the community and raised up those voices and went to the city and said, you may not have heard anything, but these voices exist, and they're the people that live in this community.
And Mayor Maureen Miller-Brosnan says a pause is in place for any plans for the library. The city's trying to get some feedback from the residents. Obviously, there's a lot of different opinions on how to move forward. We're going to post the mayor's statement on clickondetroit.com, and of course, we'll be following this issue.
Yeah, and that's not it, Karen. One neighborhood also reached out to us about a concern they have. Some folks there worry about the impact of a church project.
A lot of times you hear church and you say, what could there be in terms of bad news? But we're talking about development. This church is over on Merriman between 6 and 7 Mile, and nearby residents say they're fighting to keep the neighborhood green space intact. There's a lot.
In an open field next to a wooded creek, the sounds of wildlife fill a suburban green space in the middle of Livonia.
To have this wide open space, to be able to walk freely with your dog or catch a sunset because you have that long vision view, it's really special.
Colleen Bajero and Caitlin Belowitz say this green space is a huge asset to their families and the community.
Oh, you got another piece of trash. Thank you. We love to hike along this trail. It runs right along the creek within these woods.
You don't see this a lot of places anymore where you can just go to an open field.
And a lot of neighbors connect by meeting in this space.
But now a church wants to turn some of this into a 32,000 or so square foot building. The Basilica of St. Mary says it needs the new building for its Montessori school and gymnasium.
My biggest concern is related to the environmental impact.
About 800 church neighbors have signed a petition asking Livonia City Council to stop the project by denying a city zoning change. The church says it wants to be a good neighbor, and it insists the Montessori school is important to the whole community.
I have young children, so I'm thinking long term what we're doing to the environment and the planet as a species, and I see extreme value in natural spaces and what they offer.
It is a hot topic here in Livonia. Now, no one at the Basilica of St. Mary was available to talk with us on camera, but a church rep says it is doing everything it can do to address the neighborhood's concerns, also including installing an underground water retention system, and that's to alleviate some potential flooding because a lot of neighbors are concerned about that. Meantime, Livonia City, they're going to have a meeting to discuss the possible zoning change. That's scheduled for November 27th, and of course, we will follow up and see what happens there.
So it's still a long way to go on this story.
Yeah, most definitely.
Gotcha. All right, well, Livonia's Vision 21 plan just got an $8 million boost. It's a community-wide plan to create a downtown atmosphere at the city's Civic Center.
That's right. Wayne County just gave the city $8 million to help pay for construction of a new senior center. This is a rendering of it right there on your screen. It expands the Jack E. Kursky Recreation Center, so a lot of people are definitely excited about that.
This has been a hot one all this week, Karen. Help Me Hank has been out in your neighborhoods and connecting with many of you.
He's there to meet with you and also hear what issues are on your mind. We're joining him live at the Coach's Corner over on 7 Mile, and I can hear and see you got a good crowd.
Hey, Karen Devon, good evening to you. Good evening to all of you watching at home. And we have had a big crowd here tonight at Coach's Corner in Livonia. Take a look at some of the video. We've had many people show up talking to us about a variety of consumer-related issues, problems they need solved. Some people just coming up to say hello and meet the local 4 family. We've had people dealing with insurance battles. Also, a few people up here talking to us about the billing problems they've been having with Superior Ambulance. As you know, that's something that Help Me Hank has been working on, and I encourage you to reach out if you're still having a problem. We're working to solve that. Also, a few people up here having issues with bad contractors. That's probably one of the most common things that we hear at Help Me Hank. Unfortunately, people dealing with somebody that they may have paid some big money, they didn't get the job done, and that's what we do. We step in, we try to resolve that problem and help those that need it the most. Again, we're up here at Coach's Corner in Livonia, a big crowd, people watching sports. Of course, they're watching Local 4. We'd love to see you, so stop on by. For now, we're going to send it back to you guys.
All right.
All right, Hank, we know Hank's being well fed all week long.